Okay, let's jump straight into a story. Picture a young professional who just meticulously sketched out this incredibly rigid 5-year career plan. I mean, they knew exactly which job title they expected to hold each and every year. This highly detailed roadmap felt like an absolute guarantee of success, right? Year 1, junior analyst. Year 3, senior analyst. By year 5, bam, team lead. The whole shebang was locked in on paper. But then, an unexpected project suddenly comes along and introduces them to a completely different type of work they literally had never even considered before. And the crazy part, they discover they absolutely love it. So this brilliantly illustrates our core dilemma, making us ask, what if the absolute best career opportunity out there is something you haven't even planned for? Idea number 1, explore before you overplan. Experimenting in your early career. See, your early career development shouldn't be some fixed contract you sign with yourself. It's really a time meant for experimenting with different roles and responsibilities. Take, for example, a data analyst who decides to volunteer for a customer workshop. Now, in their original plan, they were strictly on a track for technical reporting. But during that workshop, they unexpectedly discover they get way more energy from facilitating discussions than from actually doing the technical data work. If they hadn't stepped outside their rigid plan, they never would have uncovered that passion. Because if you lock yourself into a massive 10-year plan, you might totally blind yourself to these amazing, unexpected discoveries. Which is exactly why focusing on just the next 6 to 18 months is often the smartest strategy. It gives you just enough direction to move forward, but leaves plenty of room to pivot when those great opportunities suddenly pop up. Moving on to idea number 2, build goals around your strengths. Working in your natural strengths zone. To really pull this off, we have to look for work where your natural strengths create the absolute most value. You want to spend the bulk of your energy in your strength zone, focusing on activities that just come naturally to you. We're talking about tasks you pick up incredibly fast, areas where you naturally excel compared to others, and most importantly, work that genuinely makes you feel energized and proud when you finish it. For instance, imagine someone who naturally connects with people. They should actively seek out assignments involving stakeholder facilitation, because that is their zone. They shouldn't spend all their developmental energy obsessively trying to fix some minor technical weakness just to look perfectly well-rounded on paper. You really want to double down on what makes you uniquely valuable. Okay, idea number 3, understand your work values. What motivates you to work? Now, what's super interesting here is that finding the right career direction isn't just about what you're good at. It has to align with your underlying work values, those deeply personal reasons you feel motivated to work in the first place. Work psychologists actually tell us there are 3 main sources of motivation. First up, you've got money, security, and status, where the drive is financial stability and prestige. Second is social connection, where the true reward is the team bond. And third is self-expression, where you're driven by the work itself and doing something truly meaningful. Acknowledging which of these actually drives you is literally the only way to ensure you don't end up successful on paper, but miserable in reality. To put that into perspective, imagine 2 employees receiving the exact same promotion opportunity. Employee A absolutely loves it because they highly value status and that sweet salary bump. But employee B, they actually reject the offer. Why? Because the new role involves less hands-on creation, and self-expression and meaningful work just matter way more to them. Neither one is wrong. They just have fundamentally different work values guiding their choices. That brings us to idea number 4. Keep career goals flexible. Let your goals emerge from experiences. You really want to avoid treating your long-term plan as an unbreakable contract. Instead of a straight, rigid ladder, think of your career as a dynamic loop. You experience something new, you learn from it, you adjust your trajectory based on those learnings, and then you boldly move forward. It's all about letting your goals emerge organically from your real-world experiences. Say someone has always aimed for a high-level management position, but after finally getting a taste of a leadership role, they realize, and hey, this is a tough but super important realization, they don't actually enjoy managing people. Because they kept their goals flexible, they can easily adjust their trajectory and pivot toward becoming a highly respected subject matter expert instead. And finally, idea number 5. Surround yourself with people who help you grow. Building a supportive network. Listen, you cannot navigate this winding path entirely alone. You have to actively seek out people who provide energy, challenge your thinking, expose you to new opportunities, and inspire your development. Building a supportive network is an absolute must for finding your true direction.
The people around you, from your inner circle of trusted peers right out to your broader professional contacts, are often the main catalysts that push you outside your comfort zone.
Consider a totally real-world scenario where a senior colleague invites a much more junior employee onto a particularly difficult, high-stakes project. Sure, it's intimidating, but that single invitation entirely alters that junior employee's career direction for the better, opening up doors they didn't even know existed. So let's look at the flexible career path, replacing the rigid ladder. If we return to that young professional from our opening story, we can see exactly how they effectively replaced their doomed, rigid corporate ladder with a vibrant, hand-drawn map of possibilities. It's not a straight line anymore. It's an agile, continuous process. They explore new roles, they get to know their true strengths, they acknowledge their core work values, they set a temporary direction for the next few months, and they constantly adapt as they learn.
So, as you sketch out your own professional future on the whiteboard of your life, ask yourself this one essential question. Are your goals helping you discover opportunities, or are they preventing you from seeing them?